hit your double cobra.
You reckon double? I've never done the double.
You gotta hit the double cobra every once in a while.
At the last bit, he had to walk on like the line of the square, start at 91 and count backwards from 7.
Yeah. Even if we're down by 6.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
They like about you.
And if you want to be entered in the next giveaway, I want you to answer who your favorite YouTuber is and give me one thing that they do that you like.
Imagine you can't in the gym now, people don't see it. Like life, no.
Before we get a haircut and go to the gym, I'm gonna have something to eat because I'm pretty hungry. Got some leftovers from last night, I think. Some tomato, my liver, some avocado, tomato, pumpkin, and yeah. Lots of different colors, lots of different veggies, just trying to get in as many micronutrients as possible. Because once it's the morning of game day, I'm just focused on hydration and also getting in enough calories to sustain me throughout the day. Not always am I going to be able to get as many nutrients as possible through certain foods. So we'll try and get it in from Monday to Friday.
And so when people say
I just finished up my haircut and you will not believe what happened. So I just met James Smith PT. Haven't heard of him? Well, he'll be watching this. 1.4 million followers. And EBT, Adam. So I'm besties with it. We're at Tori's mum's gym. This is the first time I've been in here. It's actually quite spacious and got a fair bit of equipment. Dumbbells only go up to 20 kilos. And there's no bench here, which is annoying. However, we can make some substitutes, so we should be sweet. This is the first time I'm doing a floor press since I hurt my shoulder doing it. As I was just starting my off season last year. 4 reps to work through.
Good quality.
What is it now? I'll be the judge of that.
I will judge you.
Always want to try and provide as much value as possible for you guys. So something that you might not even blink an eyelid at in this meal is some Celtic sea salt. Now, Celtic sea salt is amazing. The minerals inside Celtic sea salt compared to table salt is unmatched. So if you're using table salt, an easy substitute. Celtic sea salt, I don't think you'll get it from Coles or Woolies, but go to your local health food shop. They should have it. If you struggle with cramping, muscle fatigue, dehydration, all that sort of stuff, Celtic sea salt will cure you.
People say that diamonds are forged under pressure, and I knew if I could find a way to withstand the wind and swells, fear and doubt.
It is now 9 o'clock on the dot. I am tired, ready for bed. I'm going to get a little bit more fuel in because I'm just slightly hungry. A few extra carbs to get me ready for tomorrow, and then it's Senorita. You want to be on time anywhere with this girl, just don't worry about it. Just say you'll be late. Automatically say you'll be late.
It works at McDonald's.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, probably an 8.
We're 40 minutes until we have to leave, so let's quickly make some breakfast. Have a shower, pack our bag, let's go.
A little bit of peanut butter and toasted honey. Off to the game. One thing one of the boys was speaking about this morning was trying to change one thing up every time you play. So my routine this morning, very different to previous weeks, round one, for example, and even my travel games as well. So routine is important. However, trying not to make that a superstition is just as important, especially playing at this level where week to week, times are going to change, locations, states are going to change. You got to be flexible. You got to be able to adapt. I do think having a skeleton of a routine is important. So having a few things that you want/need to tick off, and then the rest of the time you can be flexible. And one of the biggest things that I spoke about in one of my earlier vlogs this year was trying not to rush, trying to be as relaxed as possible. That works best for me. Let's go chase that W. What's your prediction?
First goal scorer,
First goal scorer, yeah?
Hugh Dixon.
Hugh, nice.
And most touches, it's going to be Dawson.
Anzac Day medalist.
Yeah, Pete Woodcock.
Wow.
3 goals, 25 touches.
Just to continue my running from last week. That just unlocks everything else. You just get more involved, better spots, more opportunities. He actually passed the concussion, or all of it, except the last bit. He had to walk on like the line of the square, start at 91 and count backwards from 7. I'd love to know some of the reasoning behind it all. How'd you find it forward last week?
When we were lower on, really easy.
Yeah.
I was just doing everything I hate playing again.
Yeah. Inside the square, little torpedo. Didn't quite connect with that either. Just need to put that up in the air. I haven't missed him all year. Yep. Oh, he wanted it more. Oh, love one, I guess. The whole ground. Too direct today. Plenty of width. Chippy out wide. Wingers love wet weather footy. Speedy's been kicking them well all week. He'll go 99 disposal efficiency today. I'll be here all day. I'll bomb that from 85. Jags kicking them well. Inside! No! Burn the wingers.
Start well with our contest. If you kick a snaggy, what's the celebration?
Depends time of game. Like, yeah. It might just be no celebration. Just that's standard stuff.
I do it all the time, boys. Just don't worry about
it's same.
What about a little cheeky double cobra?
You reckon double? I've never done the double.
You gotta hit the double cobra every once in a while. Maybe a little silence. Like,
yeah, just
stop talking, please.
Well, once I kick my third, I'll be like 1, 2, 3.
Hurry, even if we're down by 6.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Watch a Rolls Royce breakaway.
All right, here is round 5. It is crazy that it's round 5 already. We're coming up against the Brisbane Lions. They are a good quality side, and we generally match up okay against them. Last year, they beat us fairly convincingly during one quarter, and then we sort of were even for the rest of the game. So we knew going into this game that they're going to be a tough opposition. Obviously, coming up against an AFL side, they're going to be able to run really well, and playing on our home ground, we thought that might give us a little bit of an advantage. Just messed up a little bit of a kick there, which was frustrating. Had a couple of those early, and yeah, we need to be a little bit better than that. But I feel like I composed myself a lot more throughout the rest of the game. Made a couple little errors towards the end of the game, which you might see. And yeah, otherwise thought I was pretty good for most of the day. So yeah, we knew going into this game it was going to be tough. It wasn't going to be easy. It was going to be an arm wrestle, and that's exactly what it was. It was pretty much goal for goal all day. And you'll see later in the game, we're up by a couple goals at 3/4 time, and that was probably one of the biggest leads of the game because it was so head-to-head. So couple kicks inside here, getting involved in the chain. This is in the first quarter. So I thought my running across the day was the best it's been for the last couple weeks, and that was one of my focuses going into the game. And I mentioned that to one of the boys, which you would have heard and seen, and I think it sets me up well for the day because no matter what happens, it's something that I can control, and I know every week is going to be different in terms of conditions, oval size, all that, which dictate how much possession and ball that I get. So if I can just focus on my running ability and just trying to push from contest to contest, help out the backs, help out the forwards, stay connected between lines, I think that's going to hold me in good stead moving forward to continue to attack each week with consistency. And that's sort of how I build my consistency rather than off disposals and things like that. I think it has to be based off my effort output, running wise, communication, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, this first quarter we started off fairly well. As I said, it's head to head.
I was pretty happy with my output in the first quarter, apart from the first couple of possessions, which I messed up with a couple of kicks. But apart from that, really good start, really confident, happy, and spent a lot of time on the ground as well. I think we changed up our rotations. I think this is my goal here as well, which you would have seen in the intro. Just followed up, held my balance outside of the contest, which you have to do as a winger, and made the most of my opportunities, which was pleasing. So last week I probably had a couple more that I left out there, and this week made the most of that opportunity there. So this game also had a little bit of feeling involved. At this particular point in the game, Brisbane started to give away a couple off the ball free kicks, as well as a couple 50 meters, which sort of turned a little bit of the momentum. A little fumble there, which wasn't ideal. If I took that cleanly, it would have got us out of trouble. Basically, I would have been given a handball, and we'd go inside 50 from there. But made the most of the next opportunity coming up and gave a nice quick handball to one of our boys here, which just sets you up. If you can be clean and be efficient with your disposals, you're going to stand out a lot more. I know that's one thing when I played back in Adelaide. I don't know if I've touched on it before, but I was speaking to one of the Adelaide recruiters after, maybe a couple weeks after, and he just spoke about and brought up this particular game, and he asked how I thought I went, and I was like, oh, look, to be honest, didn't feel like I had too much of an impact, and my assessment was very negative, and I think he wanted to change that narrative a little bit and start to get me into a more positive frame of mind. And he said, well, if I look at what I perceived your game on, you didn't fumble the ball once, you were very clean, your disposals were efficient, and things like that. So recruiters are not only going to look at the total amount of disposals that you get, they're also going to look at your efficiency and how you're using the ball, the decisions you made, your running patterns and things like that. So if you're a young kid out there looking to get drafted, don't just think it's all about disposals. Yes, it is important to get noticed and basically be put on the map, but if you can focus on the basics and doing them really well with your skill execution, being clean, staying composed, making good decisions, you're going to stand out from the rest. So keep that in mind. Also going with this game, it looks like we're kicking a lot of all the goals, and every time Brisbane go to kick a goal, Tori shuts off the camera. So a little bit of feedback for you there, Tori. Keep the camera rolling when Brisbane or the opposition kick a goal. A little bit of feeling in this. This was at halftime, I think. The siren has gone. And yeah, there was just a little bit of feeling in it. Both teams very close in terms of on the table and the ladder, as well as a score as well. So went into halftime, we spoke about a few things that we wanted to clean up, address, those sorts of things, and we just wanted to come out the first 10 minutes pretty hot, because I think our third quarter earlier in the year, one of them wasn't too great, and we're going into the wind here as well. So we knew if we could be in the game at three-quarter time, we had the ability to run over the top of them, because we are quite a fit side. We put in a lot of good work in the pre-season. Our 2-kilometer time trials were the best that they've been. So our last quarters are something that should be a strength of ours, and probably execution-wise at the moment aren't a strength of ours, and it's something that we're continuing to try and work on. Just need to take a little bit more time with my kick there. I just wanted to get the ball forward just to try and score, just to create an option, but I needed to drive my legs a little bit more, take a bit more time, and a bit more feeling in this game, as you can see there. But third quarter, again, very goal for goal, contest. I just tried to play my role as best as I can, work as hard as I can, and that showed throughout the day. I ran 15.5 kilometers. My breaks on the bench, I think I touched on earlier, they weren't very long. I had, every time I come off, the guy on the bench was like, mate, you've got 90 seconds and you're back out there, because I think we changed our rotations and things like that. And yeah, I spent a lot of time out in the ground, which was great, but also tested out my running ability.
Now the challenge is down. We get an opportunity. Kicking with the breeze down there. Come on! Do you want it or not?
And I think it's going to give me some good confidence going into the rest of the year, because I don't know if I've ever ran 15.5 kilometers in a game before. That's what I ticked off on the weekend. I think my meters per minute, which is another key metric, was at 134 meters, I think. Yeah, relatively high for the amount of game time that I had
And yeah, it's going to give me some confidence knowing that I've got it in me, and I'm just continuing to feel better and better each week coming back from being sick. So that's going to lead me in good stead. Keep in mind though that I felt every bit of those 15.5 kilometers the next day because I was, the sorest I've pulled up all year. My toes from round 1, if you've been following along for the whole year, my toes are very sore as well. My toenails are, both of them, my big toenails are about to come off. Yeah, it's not ideal at the moment, but one of these clips coming up here, there's a couple opportunities where I could have gone inside 45 with a short kick. I went to go, I looked at it, I saw it, and then I just didn't pull the trigger. And that's something I spoke about in my review last night at the footy club, was just hitting and going for those inside 45 kicks. Even if they're 50-50, this is the one I was talking about here. I had a look inside, was going to go and, oh no, sorry, not this one. It's the next one coming up. But I just need to be able to pull the trigger, especially with my skill set. My kick is something that I pride myself on. This is the one here that I go to look inside and just hesitate, don't pull the kick. You can see a couple options inside, Dawson in there, Jesse Joyce is in there, and then I ended up stuffing up the handball and it goes out off them. So not ideal. The end result of this game, we go down, and yeah, it's pretty frustrating to be honest, because we felt we were in the game, we're up by 2 goals at 3/4 time. We just can't quite finish off that last, whether it's a quarter or 10 or 15 minute patch in our game that just lets us down. So it's something that we're going to continue to focus on. We're going to continue to try and get better and stronger as a group, and hopefully be better next week. We've got Collingwood next week, so subscribe to the channel and see you next week. Day, can't swear, just bleep it out. Half day at the office. Let's go get our favorite dinner. Let's go. Let's go.
Can you put up? It's been a while. Let's go. We're here. We landed. No.
What's that? Brother, ooh. Baby, do you know that's what? Brother, ooh. Heaven is a place on.
Ah, got him.
I just don't even try. And the other green people are like, oh, that's great. Right. I mean, you've got.
To show you some of the recovery stuff that I get up to the next following few days, but I had mum and dad down and that sort of threw me out of whack with my routine, recovery, all that sort of stuff, so I didn't get anything done. But I want to give a quick shout out to these guys who had some awesome comments on my last game day vlog, answering one thing that they do for their mental health, but the one I resonated with the most was Nap Truth. Send me a message on Instagram so I can send you out some free protein and pre-workout, and if you want to be entered in the next giveaway, I want you to answer who your favorite YouTuber is and give me one thing that they do that you like. That's going to enter yourself into the free giveaway of packets of protein, pre-workout. Stay fearless and go get after it.